Welcome back to breakfast.
Indeed, now last night, the largest public artwork in the Southern Hemisphere was unveiled in Christchurch.
But when artist Darryn began work on the piece, he had no idea, of course, that two major earthquakes would delay it.
Now he hopes that the artwork will represent hope for the rebuild of the Garden City. I went along yesterday and checked it out. What you're looking at is the largest artwork in the Southern Hemisphere as we speak, and it opened Scape Festival, which is Christchurch's first arts festival since the earthquake. Now, there's quite a story behind this artwork. This was meant to go up opposite the cathedral in Christchurch before the first earthquake. Tell us the story.
Yeah, there was a building in town called the Government Life Building, which is, it's right opposite the cathedral, and we thought, right, let's just put it on that building. And it was a fairly significant building, and as soon as people came out of the cathedral, they'd be confronted with this work. So we thought the site had a lot of meaning to it, and also the fact that there's so many tourists going to the square. We thought that'd be a great site for it. So we erected it, or we're about to erect it there, but about 10 days before that was supposed to go up, unfortunately, the first earthquake hit. So that was the end of it, and we sort of felt, well, that's the end of it. We won't worry about it. But the Scape team came in behind, and they said, no, let's have another crack at it. So we came to February, and it was about early February. We were just about to put the second shot of it up, and we drilled all the foundations. Everything was ready to go. We'd scanned to make sure that all the fibre optic cables and stuff weren't going to be damaged and drilled through. And then, yeah, again, 1 week before, tragically, the earthquake in February.
Coin, as part of Hawkins, who have basically made this possible, can I ask you a little bit about the journey to get here?
Rather than let it die and let the public miss out on something, we thought we'll give it one more go. So we're doing the job, and here, of course, with Ngāi Tahu and the council and the civic officers, the mayor and Ngāi Tahu working together, Christchurch Public. So that sent a nice message to us. We quite enjoyed that. So this is about artists and construction industry coming together again, similar sort of thing. So we quite like that. So we approached them, and they're all for it, and Bob Parker's right behind it. So here it is, and we've put it up on the side of the building, and it looks bloody great, you know.
It does look excellent. For people who don't know or understand abstract art, Darryn, can you give us an idea of what you were thinking of when you made it?
Well, basically, it's quite easy to see that you'll see it's like a filing cabinet. So it's like if you imagine a drawer's being opened on the filing cabinet, you can see the folders, and then you can see the wee tags on top. And so that's been basically repeated throughout the whole picture, or throughout the whole design. It's been repeated over and over again, so it's almost, it's created a wall type of finish to it.
And so those tabs, those folders, what might they contain for the people of Christchurch? What can they get out of it?
Well, it can be read perhaps on a whole lot of different levels. Maybe the folders represent things lost, memories lost, maybe rooms that have lost, houses that are lost, and even more tragically, perhaps lives that have been lost. So maybe it's a mourning piece. And if we think about the fact that it's made on a fabric that's black, it's see-through, it's almost sackcloth, and sackcloth has ideas of mourning and sadness. Maybe it's a memorial to all that's happened in Christchurch.
What would you like people to take away from it, Quinn? What would you like their reaction to be?
I'd like people to leverage off this, of an arts industry and a construction industry, diametrically opposed groups working together to achieve something that's unique. Learn from that, leverage off that, be positive, go forward and do something that's great for Canterbury. We've got a fantastic opportunity to do something that's going to be remembered for hundreds of years. Let's work together to achieve that.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea, working together, getting those two sectors working together. Very cool idea.
It is very cool, and it's taken about 50 people, and as they say, about 2 years to get it up and running. And I think the idea is that people just go and stand on Montreal Street and see what they think. It's awesome. It's about 900 square metres big.
That is so crucial, though, because there will be people out there who don't get into abstract art, won't call it, that's not art, whatever, it's a load of rubbish, whatever. Go and look. You need to look at it. You need to be there. You need to see it, before you make that judgment.
And check out, if you see a booklet like this around in Christchurch, the Scape Festival. It was going to be 2010. We all know why it's now 2011, but it's about public art in Christchurch, and why not celebrate something like that at a time like this?
And it's pretty, and you need to pretty things in Christchurch. In Christchurch, and a pretty thing, of course.